Today we are going to learn about multiplying decimals by powers of 10. Remember, powers of 10 are numbers like 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and so forth. Okay, so we're going to do this will prove to be a very easy lesson as long as you are remembering to add zeros. We'll get in that in a minute here. Okay, so if the problem here, Josh will need to make 10 payments of $32.25 to purchase a new skimboard. What is the total cost of the skimboard? Okay, one way you can do this is you could go and you could do the multiplication this way, where you would put take 0 times 5, 0 times 2, 0 times 2 again, 0 times 3, which is all 0, then be a 0 here, then 1 times 5, 1 times 2, 1 times 2 again, 1 times 3. Do all that, add that up, and you have 2 places after the decimal point in our problem. So we have to go over 2 places in our decimal point in our product. You can do all that work, but I'm going to tell you there is a much quicker and easier way to figure this out. Multiplying a decimal by 10, move the decimal point 1 place to the right. So if the number you're starting with is $32.25, you move your decimal point 1 place to the right, and you've got $322.50, which is what our answer was when we did all of the multiplication here. So if you when you multiply by 10, you're going to move your decimal point 1 place to the right. So it makes it a whole lot easier than going through the process of writing all of this. All you do is swoop 1 place to the right. Times 10, 1 place to the right. So the skimboard is going to cost $322.50. So $322.50. Okay? So, like I said, a whole lot easier than multiplying it out. All this work, you're taking it times 10, you move the decimal point 1 place, swoop 1 place to the right. Okay, so if your decimal point is here, you go 1 place to the right, and you got that answer right there. Okay, whole lot easier than doing all that work. So numbers like 10, 100, 1,000, and 1,000 are powers of 10, as I said at the beginning here. Okay, they can be written with exponents with a base of 10. So remember, the 10 is the same as power of 10 to the first power. Okay, there are 2 zeros in 100, so the exponent would be 10 squared, or 10 to the second power is 2. So you have 2. There are 3 zeros in 1,000, so the exponent on 10 cubed, or 10 to the third power, is 3. Okay, so there's 3 zeros, exponent of 3. 2 zeros, exponent of 2. 1 zero, exponent of 1. Okay? All right, so that is those are the powers of 10. So if you're going to multiply times 10, you move 1 place to the right. If you multiply by a number by 100, you got 2 zeros, you move 2 places to the right. Times 1,000, 3 places to the right. Okay? Very easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay? All right, to multiply a decimal by the power of 10, move the decimal point to the right, the same number of zeros in the power of 10. Okay, this is also the same number as the exponent on 10. So right here, 24 7/10 times 10 squared. Okay, there's 10 squared is equal to 100 because there's 2 zeros. Whatever exponent is tells you how many zeros are in how many zeros there should be. Okay, so one way to do it is the long way, the way that takes more time. You're going to take 2 squared, which equals 100. So you're going to take, basically you're taking 24 7/10 times 100. You can do that all out and do all the work here. Or you move the decimal point 2 places. So it goes from here 1 place to here 2 places. And your answer is 2,470. Now you say, well, where'd the decimal point go? Well, I mean, you can put the decimal point over here, but it's not needed because it's now a whole number. But you can put it there if that helps you. We'll check it wrong if you have it there. Okay. All right. So if you were going to take this one, 54 hundredths times 10, it's times 10. So you're going to move it 1. There's 1 0. Move 1 place. So you move it 1 place to the right. So your answer now becomes 5 and 4/10. Okay. 2 zeros. Move 2 places to the right. Go 1, 2. Put it there. Okay, so your answer now becomes 832. Once again, you can put that decimal point if you need to make you feel better. You don't have to have it there. Okay. All right, this next one, 3 zeros. I mean, you're going to go 3 places to the right. Now, this is where you have to make sure you add a 0. You go 1 more place. There's nothing above it, so you have to add a 0. So your answer becomes 7, 4, 6, 0, or 7,460. Okay, so whenever you make a swoop, you don't have a 0 there. You have to add a 0. Okay, so if the decimal point would have been in front of the in front of the 6, and you go over 3 places, you'd go 1 under the 6, then 2 swoops without anything. So you'd have to add 2 zeros if it was in the play. If it was 74 and 6/10 when you started. Okay. All right. So make sure you add zeros if you make a swoop. And I suggest you make the swoops because that makes it easier to see where you need to add the zeros. Okay. So if we go here to this, the next page, if you look here, okay, if it's got 1 0, I'm gonna move it. Oh, and actually, pause it, do this, and then turn it back on. Actually, move it 1 place, yes, because 1 0. So your answer is going to be 1 and 3/10. Pause again, do the rest of this page, and then come back and see if you are correct. Okay, so 1.4 or 1 4/10 times 1,000. You're going to go 3 places. That's 1, 2, 3. I have 2 swoops, nothing over it, so I'm going to add 2 zeros, and my answer is going to be 1,400. Okay, not a very good 0, but it is a 0. Okay. All right. Now this says 3, so that means I got to move it 3 places. So 4 and 81 hundredths times 3. I'm going over 3 places, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. There's nothing over that swoop, so I'm going to add a 0, and my answer is going to be 4,810. So remember, if there's an exponent, you just move the decimal point as many places as the decimal, or as the exponent is. Okay, so the exponent's 2, so I'm going to move the decimal point 2 places. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and put it after the 2. So your answer is going to be 72. You can add that decimal point if you need to. Make you feel better. You don't have to add it. Okay, 1,000 is going to move 3 places because there's 3 zeros. So you're going to go 1 place, 2 places, 3 places, and it goes after the 9. So your answer is going to be 179. And add your decimal if you need to. Okay, there's a 1 in the exponent, so it means we're going to move it 1 place. So your answer is going to become 672. Okay, all right, that should be the end. Should be time to switch.